Make use of crafted prayers. A crafted prayer is a prayer that has already been written out either by yourself or by someone else. It's typically well thought through based on God's agenda for the recipient. So you can write out a prayer for your father, for your mother, for your children, for your spouse, right? And it's powerful when you can do this. Now, there are different forms of crafted prayers. For example, you can actually access various prayers that are recorded in Scripture and make them your prayers. You can also work through specific passages of Scripture. For example, if you look at the Psalms, if you look at Isaiah, and you convert them into your own prayers. Sometimes after praying powerfully over someone, you might want to actually write out what you prayed and then continue to use that prayer that you've already crafted on a different occasion when you might not be feeling the unction to pray for that particular person, or when you run out of words. There are times when we go into prayer and we're kind of feeling tired, we've run out of words. And it's great when you've got a tool that you can actually use. The power of crafted prayers is that you have something to pray even when you've run out of words on that particular day. Fact of the matter is, we don't always have the words. We don't always have the words. On other occasions, we just don't feel that inspired. The Psalms are so powerful when you are creating crafted prayers to do with praise and thanksgiving, aren't they? Right? I've also found it useful using lyrics from great worship songs and declaring them to God. There are times when you need to simply praise and not always petition. So you can use worship songs for that. Some of the apostolic prayers that we see in the epistles are so powerful as crafted prayers when you're praying for your disciples. For example, Ephesians 1:17, when you're praying for wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of God. Ephesians 3:16 and Colossians 1:11 for strengthening with might in the inner being. When you're praying for love to abound, you can use Philippians 1 verse 9 or 1 Thessalonians 3 verse 12. When you're praying for the knowledge of God's will for someone, Colossians 1 verse 9. When you're praying that the word of the Lord will run swiftly and rapidly spread, powerfully taking hold of people, you can use 2 Thessalonians 3 verse 1. When you're praying that God is glorified and you want to pray for unity, for joy, for peace, for hope, you can use Romans 15, 5-16, verse 13 also. When you're praying that people preach with boldness and with power, you can use Acts 4, 29-30. Okay, I sometimes use my book. I've got a book called Crafted Prayers, Declarations and Decrees. And in that, I've actually crafted various prayers. Prayers for teamwork, prayers for selling, prayers for your relationship with your customers, prayers as a parent, prayers for your marriage. We've now done a second edition where we've included healing prayers for specific types of sicknesses. Okay, and sometimes it's just useful sitting down when you're praying and being able to use those for your prayers. But crafted praying, very powerful, very powerful.